Morning, guys. I'm out today, so I thought I would set up your lesson for reading. We're still working on making connections, right? Is that backwards to you? Okay, so you're going to look up at the board in a minute, and it says, I can make connections when I read. You want to make connections in, I think we've talked about 3 different ways right now. 1, myself and the text. So what do I think and feel about what I just read? So yesterday I shared with some of you up here that the story of Adrasteles and the lion makes me think about my cat because she just burned her arm on the pan at my house. And so she has an owie and I had to bandage her owie. And the other day she let me just take it off real soft, and she knew I was trying to help her and her owie. So that reminded me of my life, and I can make a connection. Plus, I understand that connection between an animal and yourself, like Adrasteles and the lion. So that's a connection between myself and the text. I know that's backwards. Then we want to make a connection between the text and the world. Like, what does this teach us? Well, one of the things that I saw in this story, and you guys told me, was that this was a lot about kindness. And if you show kindness early, then later on it might pay off for you and they'll be kind back for you. So in our world, it's like maybe you can think of a way that you have seen kindness towards someone where it wasn't deserved or it was hard, and then it came back to them. So like for Adrasteles, that was hard to pull the thorn out of the lion's foot. The lion could have slashed him or eaten him, but instead the lion was thankful. And then later when Adrasteles was going to be killed by the lion decided, hey, you don't need to be my lunch because you were my friend, and went up and they said fawned on him, or that means like rubbed his head on him. So in our world, where have you seen things about kindness that you could make a connection from the story to something outside of us and in the world, maybe on the playground, maybe at your house, maybe in the news? The last thing is a connection between the characters and events in the story. So we know that the first interaction, or the first time Adrasteles and the lion met, Adrasteles was kind with a thorn and the lion didn't eat Adrasteles. And that was a great story, but that wasn't the end. Because then in the arena, there were to be a spectacle, right? Everybody was supposed to watch the man fight the lion and the lion maybe eat the guy, right? But instead, that event prior about the kindness impacted or affected the outcome of the next event. So because they were kind, and then because the emperor saw that the lion didn't want to eat Adrasteles, the emperor let the lion and Adrasteles go and live happily ever after. So that's how those things connect. You can write today about any of those kinds of connections. And in the next video, I'll tell you what you should do with your information.